Hello, busy mom. How are you? And you are back in the kitchen with Deb today. And today we are continuing the kids' camp out, backyard camp out that they're planning. And today we're going to be talking about the supply list, and we're going to give you some game ideas to fit, not only fit your child's age, but to also play to their strengths. Now, are you ever stuck once in a while when it comes to the kids' birthdays with, what do they want to play? What's going to work? What's not going to work? That is the secret magic. What causes tantrums? What doesn't? You know as well as I do. We've been through the tantrum stage, and I'm gonna fill you in on what happened at our camp out so that you can learn from our mistakes, or I should say our experiences of trying with different games that don't cause a lot of tantrums with your kids. All right, we got the kids camp out going very well so far. We got that. They did their invites. They've got their food menu done. And today we're going to talk about, I think first I'll talk about the supply list, because that is important. And part of the supplies, besides the food and the disposables and all that for the food, is the yard guard, the deep woods off, the hand sanitizer, making sure you've got the screen tent for them to eat in, and all that other good stuff that goes with the fire pit if you're having a fire pit or grill or charcoal, and all that good stuff. Wood for the fire, the picnic table, making sure you got all that, enough chairs. Those are the main supplies. And the extra tent if you have it, extra blankets, keep that on hand, because somebody always comes without, or find out they need a blanket, they come with, or they forgot their sleeping bag, and you have to call mom, and mom has to come back and bring it. We've had that happen. Or sometimes they came wearing the wrong clothing, and they're wearing shorts, and then they got all bit up, and then we have to go. One of the moms has to figure out, okay, do I have enough clothes this size to fit this kid, the pants, so they can wear some pants so they're not getting bit up. Anyway, let's get into the games, because there are a ton of games that you can play have the kids play at the kids' backyard camp out. And I'll tell you some of my experiences with them as we go along. Now, the most famous game is probably Pin the Tail on the Donkey, but in the case of camping's sake, it's probably Pin the Backpack on the Camper or something, which can go very well. They stand in line. Sometimes you have a little problem in line with them staying in line and trying to wait their turn. That's kind of a given with the kids, and from what I remember, because my son's a bit in college now. Now, what he had liked when he was young was the potato sack races. Him and his friends. He was not the best runner at the time. And in fact, he had a funny run. But he would get to where he's going. And he did enjoy hopping in the sack. He had a lot of fun hopping in that potato sack. And I think so did the other kids. A lot of them fall down and they get back up. It was a lot of fun. Now, there was always ring toss. And then sometimes you got to bring the ring, what you're tossing the ring on. I can't think of the sticks that you're tossing the rings, and you got to bring them in closer to fit the child's age to make it easier. We've had to do that in the time. Now, I remember one year we had a water balloon fight, and all the kids, everybody was getting wet, and for some reason, this one kid kept getting wet. Everybody kept throwing the balloons at him, and they wouldn't lay off of him. That was a big tantrum because all the other kids weren't soaked. They were just aiming at him just because he was wet and they wanted to get him wetter. It wasn't anything that they wanted to hurt him or anything or single him out. They were just going with the fun and everybody was doing it, and it caused a major tantrum. So I'm just forewarning you on that, what could possibly happen. Now, Frisbee, that did not go over so well. Back, forth, and it actually flew in another person's yard, and after a while they got tired of that. And I remember one year having badminton too, that you catch the ball on the thing. I remember one little girl holding that badminton thing, and she kept trying to catch the ball and catch the ball. She got so mad she whipped that thing in the grass, and then she just left it. It's just interesting to happen when you try to get them to do certain things. And sometimes when there's too many tantrums, what we have done as parents, we took the kids for a walk. We say, all right, let's get out of the yard, let's go for a walk around the block, or around the park, and we will come back. And if everybody, then we will start another game and try it and try it again. Let's just go for a walk and take a break, is the way we put it. And that usually seemed to work. Now, I know some parents, I haven't done this myself in the past, but I know some parents that will take a TV outside and they will put one of the latest movies. They will rent it from, the cable company will rent it, the latest film that hopefully they haven't seen it yet. And they'll have the popcorn and that with the snack time and try to get them all to sit down and relax and watch the movie. That could work too. That works very well. I found out the girls love jump rope. Yeah, the boys won't really go near it, but the girls love the jump rope. And bubbles were always a hit. Who could blow the biggest bubble? Those really worked very, very well in the past. And it's all a matter of trying things to fit your child's age and their strength. Now, at the time, my son was big into sidewalk chalk. All he wanted to do is write all over the patio and the sidewalk everywhere and draw these pictures and designs. And some kids, they do go through that stage. So, here's my son drawing on the patio. And the other boys are playing bozo buckets. And another two are playing bubbles. It's like nothing was consistent. Everybody was happy. So I just went with it. It's like, okay, my son's drawing. These are playing bubbles. This one's doing this. Sometimes you gotta just, you can't always have them cooperating on one full game. I find out sometimes you have to just go with the flow, and it makes it easier for you. As long as if nothing's going wrong and everybody's happy, let it be. That's my theory. Just let it be. Don't interrupt with that. Now, if it's real hot, you could have out your lawn sprinkler, or you can get one of those fancy kid sprinklers, or get a small pool. I remember having one knee-high when I was little, and I had my friends in it with me, and we had lots of fun. But it depends if you want them getting wet, getting in and out of their bathing suits. That's up to you totally. If you want to go through it, if you want to, deal with that extra work. Now, also, squirt guns were fun too. They liked that. Those little dollar store squirt guns do not work as good as the Nerf, but the Nerf ones will soak you. Just be forewarned. Those dollar store ones seem to fall apart. I've always tried to get squirt gun that's in the middle. Something that's not going to soak you like a Nerf gun. Something that's not cheap like a dollar store, but you want something that's going to last and bring the kids fun. And you want, of course, you want squirt guns for all the kids. And something that's not going to cost an arm and a leg either. So now, Bozo's buckets, that was good. I had very good luck with that and keeping them occupied with that. And then, of course, giving away little prizes at the end for the dollar stores or little party favors. That always was a big incentive to keep them on track, so to speak, so that they're not getting bored with it. I remember that very well. Now, there's also a game called Headbands. Now, it's my son's game, and he still has it. I would not let him give it away. Because even as an adult, I played it with adults when I've hosted a dice night, LCR. So, that has always worked. It's a headband, and then you got a card on it that says what it is, and you face the card toward everybody else, and they tell you, okay, for example, say your card says I'm a milkman. They'll give you hints, but they can't tell you. They'll say, milk, and you're like, what the heck? What is that? And they'll say butter or something. You got to get the kids go around giving each other hints, and they're all like, "Oh, let me see who are you? Let me see." It's always been a big kick. I've had good luck with that. We've tried Jenga. That was not too good. That caused a little bit of problems. So it's stuff like that. And if you want to add a piñata and have them hit the piñata and have fun with that, and then get candy, that's up to you. But these are a lot of things you can do to keep them occupied. You can even have them making paper airplanes, and especially if it's a little windy, because then the wind will take it. You can do that. I mean, if it's for girls, you could have a hopscotch, the jump rope. The girls like the bubbles too. You can have them sing campfire songs. The wheels on the bus go round and round. You know that song. Now, I've got more game ideas too, but you get my drift. You get that. You know it's a matter of just finding what works and having a backup plan or backup games just in case. You don't want to pull out the full arsenal right away. You want to have them hidden, have some backup ideas so that they're not getting overwhelmed. So, and I guess on supplies, don't forget the most important stuff and making sure that the kids aren't getting bit up. That's the main thing. And you may need a stopwatch for some of the games. So keep that in mind. We have done that too in the past. And what we did with that was, if we were playing Pass the Potato, that's another game, we'd have the stopwatch. Oh, or actually, I'm sorry, it was a timer. We used a timer. We had it on 1 minute, and then it would go off, and it would ding, and whoever had the potato in their hand, of course, was out. So, stopwatches and timers are nice things to have when the kids are playing games. Now, I'm going to wrap it up by telling you, I am working on, thanks to you, Mom, and your feedback, I am working on the courses that were the most requested. You told me you want to be able to just pick up a course in your own time and learn how to make your kitchen more functional to help you solve your problems. So, I'm working on that for you, and it will be ready very shortly. And I've also got a couple other things in the works that will help you get more organized. And we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon the last of the kids' backyard camp out. And don't forget, jump in my Facebook group, Deb's Decorative Life Tips and Inspiration, and catch what's going on in there. You can get more organization tips and more kitchen tips in there. And I'm going to see you later. Bye, Busy Mom.